one, and it neatens it up, and then you've just got the, you know, you've got these little eyelet holes on the other side. So so lace knitting needn't be really kind of daunting, because it is just making the knit two together and the yarn overs.
Yeah, so it's not like, I think it's that word lace. You
No,
see, it's
yes,
more,
that's
feels
it,
more
yeah.
intimidating than the word cable, and it's actually easier.
Yes, yes.
So
That's
denim
it.
and raspberry are now neck and neck, equal numbers. We have very limited. Very limited. That's because we're wearing them, you see.
Yes, I know. We're modelling them.
The modelling of the denim and then raspberry. Please do check out. They are very, very limited. There's more of you with the baskets than we have. So you do need to check out. They are size 32 to 42. If you've got any questions, let us know. If you get the 2 hanks of yarn and you get the pattern in the kit. If you want any extra yarn, then that's available on the website as well. So it's just knit and purl, isn't it?
Yes.
Really.
Yeah, it's just variations of it, and it's a really nice pattern for somebody who wants to extend their knitting skills and try something new, because there is and what I've done in my pattern is I've included links to useful YouTube videos for things like the 3-needle bind off on the shoulder, for example. So anybody that has never done a 3-needle bind off can then have a look at the link and be directed to that website and help them. So the other thing is the bind off on the neckline, where you're slipping stitches and then knitting, and that produces, rather than a stepped back to the neckline, you get a nice sweeping curve.
Oh, okay.
So it's those sorts of things that perhaps people
really
haven't done
useful,
before, that then they might like to try those. But yes, so there's lots of tips, and yeah, the bias bind off for the neckline is a nice way of making
and you've
that
put a chart
curve
in,
and yes,
and you've put instructions
yes,
in.
so there are
Nice.
charts. There's a chart for when you are knitting in the round, and then there's a chart for the section when you're knitting in the flat. So anybody that loves charts and is a kind of visual learner, then that might help.
Yes, but there is both.
Yes, there's both.
So after you've done it, do we need to block this?
Yes. So then,
we have got the
really,
blockers.
it really makes such a massive difference when you are, so when you're blocking the your finished garment. I would say definitely block it. And anybody that has never, maybe tried blocking,
So we've got the blocking mats.
Yes.
That you can join together.
Yes, and they are fantastic. And you've also got. You've got these amazing, I've got them here actually as well. These
the rainbow blockers, I've
rainbow
got them as well. I
block,
love
and
these.
they are fantastic, because you can, so you build your
So
build
we
your
build
mat.
my thingy to the size I need, and it's just going to be big enough.
Yeah.
So when you finished it, then
you finished it,
wet
and
it.
Yes. Now, what I would say is, with this, even on a wool wash, I'd be
you
really
have spent
nervous.
a lot of time knitting this. Do not put it in the
so
washing
I would
machine.
say, but all it needs is
that'll do. Probably
cool
needful.
water, cool tepid water. And then you just plunge it into the water. Then you squeeze it out with, get it as dry as you can. Now, I've put mine in on a spin setting in the washing machine, where I spin out the water, but unless you're confident that your washing machine isn't going to
I think
heat
I'd
it
wrap mine
up.
in a towel.
Yeah, you can just wrap it in a towel, and then you lay it flat on your blocking boards, and then you can use these brilliant.
Yeah, mine is sitting, but you just pin them.
You just pin them, and I would pin them, and all the blocking does is it relaxes the stitches, it brings out the lace pattern, so it really does pop. So where you've got, like on my sample, it's looking a bit sort of bumpy.
Yeah, whereas this is beautifully smooth.
It just smooths it all out, and it
Do
looks
you
incredible.
have to block it every time you wash it then?
Well, probably not. You could. After you've knitted it and you blocked it absolutely
and
smoothly.
you've worn it and you've spilled something down it.
It depends how wet it is, I suppose, and how you want to dry it. But really, you could just dry it on a towel flat.
Okay.
And then when it is a bit drier, put it on a hanger and
so it's
and
more
dry
that
it.
initial blocking.
Yeah, don't put it on a radiator while it's wet, because that might felt it as well. So, but
so
yeah,
it's the
dry
initial
flat.
blocking.
It's the initial
key.
blocking which kind of eases all the stitches and kind of makes it.
So we've got the blocking mats that are on the right hand side there. $23.99. I've got this one right now. Worked it out now. $23.99 for the blocking mats, and that's just 4 of them there. But you obviously get more of that.
Yeah.
I have them; they're brilliant. And then the knit and the rainbow blockers, which Helen's got there, and they've got big ones and small ones, so they're really good. They fit into here, so you can block it beautifully.
Yeah.
Right, should we move on to
I was
crochet?
just going to say the other thing that you've got is these blocking wires.
The blocking wires,
which,
yes.
Which are absolutely fantastic for shawls. For
yes,
shawls and blankets. Yeah, I've got a set of those at home, and they're really, you just kind of weave them into the edge of a shawl or a blanket, and then do exactly the same. Wet it, lay it flat, put the wires in, pin them into place, and then just leave it to dry. And
they're Knit Pro, so they're the same make as the mats and the things. It all works together. If you're doing shawls or something, or anything with a curve, these are perfect.
Fantastic. Yeah, really, really good, and kind of takes all the pain out of individually sort of pinning a shawl into a sort of flat and even line. So the wires are brilliant.
Are fantastic.
Yeah, the wires are great.
Now, just to let you know, if you've got the denim, the raspberry or the purple, you need to be very careful. There was more people who've got it in baskets than we've actually got. So if you don't check out now, somebody will come and steal it. And I know it's what it's like. You think, oh, I don't know which colour she'll have, which colour, but they are very, very limited, and more of you have them in baskets. So you do need to check out. But we also have, if you want the individual yarn by the 100 grams, that is also on the website as well. Right, should we do crochet now?
Yes.
The lovely crochet top, because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, I know. Time does fly, doesn't it? Well, so
does the Harmony of Leaves pattern, is that the same as the Harmony of Leaves shawl?
Yes, so if anybody has done the Harmony of Leaves scarf pattern, because I've been here and demonstrated
we have got those as
well.
well.
That one is the in the willow shade.
Oh, that's the willow one.
That's the in the willow shade, and I've got this one as well. But then, but I've been on previously and shown how to do the Harmony of Leaves scarf. This is then turning exactly the same stitches and central motif into a top. So you've got, so if you've done the scarf already, then obviously you'll know the pattern off by heart, and be easy
so
just to
the
adapt
crochet
it.
hook's not in the kit, so they will need a 3.5 mil and a 3 mil crochet hook.
What I would say is it's really important with both the Kielder top and the Harmony of Leaves vest top to do a swatch, to do a gauge.
Yes.
And there is information in the pattern in what the size should be, because obviously everybody's tension is different. Some people are very loose crocheters and knitters, and some people are very tight and just crochet and knit in a very different way. It's unique to you. So you may not want to crochet this top in a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, because that would make it a lot bigger. And I just demonstrate here, I've done 2 samples, one with a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and that's the raspberry one, and one with a 3 millimeter crochet hook, that's the denim one, and you can see probably at least a centimetre. So if you're repeating
on that small bit,
it gets bigger and bigger. So it is making sure that your tension matches what's in the pattern.
So if you haven't got, I mean, any of the crochet hooks are on the Yarn Lane website. If you haven't got the right size, all the same login details, and we do have on there sets of crochet hooks in a variety of sizes, which I would always recommend, because as Helen says, you don't know what crochet hook you'll need. Roughly, you'll need a 3 and a 3.5, but you might need a 3.25 or 3.75.
And what the pattern says is start with a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, because your foundation chain is, you want that to be loose. So you can actually go into your stitches and then go down to a 3 millimeter crochet hook. However, if you are finding that your stitches are really tight with a 3.5 millimeter hook, you might want to go up a hook size. So it's sort of playing with it. And for me, I'm a very loose crocheter, so I probably would want to go down to a 2.5 millimeter crochet
so
hook.
it is worth having, and I think the set that the Knit Pro set we do goes from like 2.5 to 6, which pretty much covers you, doesn't
and that
it?
would cover all different yarn types, and you know, that would be a perfect.
Super chunkies and your lace weight.
Yeah, then you'd want like 12mm crochet hooks and like a broom handle, and
exactly.
So,
but that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. So again, you would sort of crochet a little sample. And that also sort of consolidates the stitch pattern in your head as well. So you're practicing on a smaller scale. You can then see how the leaf pattern's sort of popping out, and it just gives you a chance to practice and check that the size is going to be right.
Okay, so once you've sorted that one out.
Yeah, so I'll just, the only, with the Harmony of Leaves, with the Harmony of Leaves pattern, if you can make a granny square, you can make this top.
Wow.
It's just using...
Well, that's good to know. So you've done your granny square, you've got it sorted, you are now on clothing.
Yeah, that's it. You can do a treble crochet stitch, and all my patterns are written in UK terminology.
Jolly good.
So it's a UK treble crochet stitch, not an American double crochet stitch.
Thank goodness.
So so if you can do a treble crochet stitch, then it's easy. So it is just literally yarn around the hook and into either chain spaces or the stitches, and I'll just crochet up to a point where I'll show you how to decrease, because that's when I'm teaching crochet, it's easy to demonstrate how to increase because you're just putting 2 stitches into one. When you are decreasing, you need to decrease 2 stitches to make it into one.
Right.
So that's where people get a bit confused, and that's where we're going to go yarn around the hook into the stitch. And when you put your hook into a stitch, unless it specifies the front loop or the back loop, you actually want to put your hook under both parts of the stitch. So the V is lying on top of your hook.
We're
creep in a bit more, so you can
good.
see that there's 2 parts of that stitch on the hook. So your hook goes straight in underneath that V, and then you pull a loop of yarn through. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You go yarn around the hook and you pull through 2 of those loops. Then you start with going into your next stitch. So yarn around the hook and you go into the next stitch. You pull a loop through and you've got 4 loops on your hook. Yarn around the hook, pull through 2, and then yarn around the hook and pull through those 2. So that is decreasing those 2 stitches and making one stitch.
And Margaret sent us a message. Hi Rebecca and Helen, I'm making my sample for tension at the moment using the heartspun yarn left over from in my willow shawl.
Oh, very good.
That's very
perfect.
Good. Oh, well, you'll be all ready when you buy your kit then.
Yeah, brilliant. and so if you were to, so this row has got a treble 2 together, and then the next row has got a treble 3 together. So if I were trebling 3 together, I would then just simply.
So and that gives you your holes
and that's basically what creates the shape. So it brings the it brings the shape of the leaf to a point by trebling those 3 together, and then your chains are making the negative spaces and they're making the gaps.
So you end up with the same number of stitches.
So with lace crochet, so it is very much like filet crochet, where you're just following a chart maybe, and you're making the blocks with the treble crochet stitches, or in this case the shapes of the leaves with the treble crochet stitches, and then the holes are made with chains, and that's how you get the sort of lacy effect.
So if we had to do a treble 3 together. So
treble 3 together. Have I got time just to show a treble 3 together?
We'll do that.
So it's yarn around the hook and into the stitch, pull a loop through, yarn around the hook, pull through 2, then move on to the next stitch, yarn around the hook, go into the next stitch, and then pull through 2, and then moving on to the next stitch, yarn around the hook and into the 3rd stitch, yarn around the hook and pull through 2, and then I've got 4 loops on my hook, yarn around the hook and pull through all 4 loops, and that then just brings 3 stitches together into one. And
I think that's probably easier with 4-ply.
It might be,
because it's finer. You know, when you work with a sort of an Aran and you're doing decreasing, it's quite hard to get it all through all those loops.
Yes, and then you really do have to have a very big hook strong wrists to be able to sort of pull it all the way through.
Like, I think because it's finer, it's easier to get through.
And it's very, very silky, silky yarn. So Margaret was just saying that she has she's made this shawl here, which I think is also available. Well. So she's made this shawl, which is the In the Willow shade shawl,
using the beautiful In the Willow yarn.
Yes, and that actually starts with a foundation chain. A chainless foundation, which I demonstrated on one of a previous Yarn Lane show. And you could start the Harmony of Leaves top with the same method. So yeah, thanks Margaret for pointing that out
and
to me.
I mean, it looks beautiful crocheted up, doesn't it? It's interesting to see it knitted and crocheted.
Yeah, so this is the sort of asymmetric shape.
The knitted version.
Yeah, and this is the crocheted version. Yeah, so
it's gorgeous, isn't it? And you designed that so it looked like a willow.
Yes, exactly. And this also has a kind of leaf pattern to it. So exactly the same treble crochet stitches and with chains in between. So and the shawl behind me is made with two. So
and that's
you can
the one that's on the screen at the moment, $24.99. So you get the 2 hanks of yarn.
So no, you get 1 hank, but you can buy another one.
Oh, if you want to make it extra big.
And make it extra big, yeah. So the pattern starts at the longest point and then decrease down to the point. So you can actually add more width to it.
Okay.
And
so that's that kit. So that's that fern green.
Yeah. So that's the sort of lime green colour.
But remember, shop on Sewing Street website. Sorry, I know at some point we needed to change it to make things simpler, but today is that day. So please, you need to go on to www.sewingstreet.com, click on Watch Live, and then scroll down from there, and there it all is. It's all there. It's all there. There's the kit. Remember, we are very, very low in stock of the denim, the raspberry, and the purple. At the moment, it's still on pre-order, but we'll move it all over onto but it's easy enough to find. If you want extra yarn, if you love the patterns, you want a little bit extra, it's all on there. Remember, you do need to wind your yarn. You must not knit from a hank.
No.
You'll be in all sorts of trouble.
Yes, yeah.
Well, there'll be a lot of swearing.
A lot of swearing. You get into a real tangled mess. So yes, all of my yarn comes as skeins, unless you buy the little 25-gram balls, and then I have wound them on something very similar to.
So you can wind them by hand if you want, but you must wind them before you knit because they get all tangled, and the only way around it is to cut it, and you waste loads of yarn. I speak from experience.
Yes, yeah, we've all done it. We've all been impatient and tried to kind of get on knitting it. And
you think I won't get that tangled? Ridiculous. Yeah. So you need a wool winder. I have one of these and I absolutely love it, and I find great joy and pleasure in winding my yarn.
Yeah, no, it's really.
We also have the beach ones as well. They're on the Yarn Lane website. They are more expensive and lovely, but this is the Knit Pro one. Loads and loads and loads of these we have sold because they are simply fantastic. All you do is clamp it to the table, you attach your yarn, your hank to one end, and you just wind the handle. I think you have to take part of it, you have to reassemble it. You put this bit goes in here, like that. So it all stores, I keep mine stored in its box because you can just put, you just put that bit on. Anyway, you put the yarn goes through there, and you just wind this round, and it winds it into a ball that looks like this. Only bigger.
Yeah, a little cake.
And it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like you've just been to a shop. Oh, it's just the best thing ever to do. So you just to recap, if you want the patterns for the knitted top or the crochet top, they are not available on their own. You have to buy them in the kit. Everything will come to you directly from Helen, but obviously, you know, the postage will come through us. So if you've bought anything else, you will still only pay the one postage. Thank you so much for joining us today, Helen.
You're welcome.
It's been lovely. When are you back?
I think I'm back on the 21st of March.
Fab.
Doing Jubilee bunting.
Oh, very exciting. 21st. I think I might be on that day as well. Yarn Lane will be back a week today on the 14th of March with Sam Sabido. Be lovely to see her again. Oh, the practically practically perfect ponchos, a bit of alliteration, going back to our earlier vocabulary conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on Yarn Lane today. It's always a pleasure to do Yarn Lane. It's been lovely to be with you today. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with Sewing Street. Have a lovely afternoon of knitting, crochet and sewing, and I will see you tomorrow morning.
Hello everyone, my name's Cara Ackerman and I'm absolutely delighted to be here at Sewing Street. I actually originated from Hertfordshire, then went down to Hampshire and then it ended up in the East Midlands. I've been in the East Midlands for about 40 years now, which seems crazy, but 36 of those I actually worked with DMC Creative World, which was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. And then I decided to go freelance and that's how I got introduced to Sewing Street. I love doing anything to do with textiles, so embroidery, cross stitch, patchwork, done a bit of quilting, bag making, toy making, oh goodness, there's loads and loads of things. What I love doing is just trying something new, and I think one of the tips is don't be frightened of trying something new. You always learn from it, and you know, don't be scared of making mistakes either. We all learn from the mistakes that we make. Little bit about me that you might not know and that's a bit of a surprise. I once went to the garden party down at Buckingham Palace, the Queen's garden party, for some work that I did with Marie Curie. I was so lucky to go there and just a wonderful time. So I hope to see more of you on Sewing Street and I hope to try lots of new crafts with you. So see you again soon. Bye bye.
Are you a fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
Good morning and welcome to Sewing Street on Tuesday. I'm not normally here on a Tuesday. I was very confused yesterday because it's normally only a Monday, but it's Tuesday and it's a very lovely day, I can tell you, in sunny Redditch. A bit frosty, but a very lovely day. We have got a fab show. I only just managed to get behind the desk on time. I've been chatting to Kerry. She always has such great stuff with her. We were chatting about zips and the joy of a double-ended zip. So we've got 4 brand new projects from her today, as well as loads of other lovely stuff. First hour, I've got some really nice fabric, which I'm quite excited about. But even more exciting is the early bird. Now, I know it looks very little, but it's a very useful thing. Very useful. And pack of two. So let me show you. They're metal D-rings. everyone loves a D-ring. Well, I do. So in the pack, you have got 4 20 mils in the silver finish. Well, nickel actually, and 4 in the brass finish, and they are 25 mils. Absolutely perfect for, let me move it to the middle, for your bags. Absolutely perfect. Now, whenever we do bag hardware on our early bird, it flies out because it's an early bird. So, you know, when you're making a bag and you want to be able to put a handle on, it always, I think, makes it look just a little bit more professional if you put metal hardware on a bag. It also means that if you use a lobster clasp, you can take your handle on, so you can have a long handle or a short handle. Really good for lanyards. You know, when you've got to have one for work and you hang it around your neck, really good for that. And it's quite nice that they're, you've got the 2 colours. Also, we did a show the other week where who was that? I'll think about that in a minute. Where you can put like a key holder on your bag. So you get a long piece of fabric, strip of fabric, you put a D-ring on the end, and then you can sew that to the inside of your bag, and then you can use that to hang your keys on. Because you know what it's like when you've got a tote bag or something, you can never find your keys in the bottom of it. Really good for that. But it always adds that professional finish, and it's the sort of thing that's not that easy to get hold of. Because if, you know, unless you've got a sewing shop that's nearby, which is not always possible, it's not easy to find. So we're giving you a pack of 2, so you've got a choice between the nickel and the brass. You've got both of them. Oh, and obviously it's the early bird, so we're reducing it. £2.48, pound off today. So you get 8 D-rings for a pound off, £2.48. And I know loads of you are already multi-buying. So it all adds up, doesn't it? Every time you buy a pack. So remember, you get both of these in the pack. Really good for using up your scraps of fabric as well. Nice thing to have in your stash. But yeah, you see, I've seen lots of people do things with different styles of patchwork. Really good for using up your scraps if you want to make long key rings or add longer straps to things. I think it just looks, it's actually easier if you're making like a messenger bag or something and you put a tab of fabric on and then you fold the fabric through the D-ring and then you sew that into the seam. It's actually easier than too much bulk of trying to get everything through into a bag. Really just a useful thing to have in your sewing room. Put in your little stash. Loads of you are there, loads of you in your basket. Don't forget to check out. You're saving £1 today. Now your postage and packaging for anything you buy all day is £3.95, just one lot of £3.95, so you've already saved £1 on that. But I always have I've got one of those really nice glass Kilner jars in my sewing room that is full of all of these sorts of things. Very annoying when you run out of a D-ring. Those are things you can do. And they're really good quality, these hemline ones as well. Welded metal as well, which is quite useful, isn't it? They are very strong. And in the packaging, I won't take mine out because it's sealed on the top, you can slide this up, take them out and slide it back on. So it's one, I don't want to split the seal on this one, but this does slide up, so it's quite good storage for it as well, and hang them up. So £2.48 for 8 D-rings. The nickel ones are 20 mil, and that measurement is the straight edge. So when you're making the fabric strap to go through it, make sure that the finished size is 20 mil or smaller. This brass one is 25 mil. And again, it's the straight edge. Sorry, Hannah's telling me something. Right, we have sold over 100 already. Just like that. Boom. I'm not surprised. They are brilliant. And also, the ends of them, where they meet on the straight edge, are welded together. So that it's not like, you know, when you get keyrings that you can bend them apart. They won't come apart. They are a forever thing, which is fantastic, isn't it? Really, really useful. Really, really useful. Please continue. Lots of you have got them in your baskets, multi-buying. Continue checking out. Obviously, if we have any left at midnight, it will go back up to £3.48. But when they're gone, they're gone. And then we'll have to wait to get them back in, because it's these little bits of hardware that really make a difference. I've seen loads of you making key rings and lanyards, because you know you get one at work and they're never very attractive. When I worked in an office, when I worked for the magazine, they used to give us these ones with the printed logo of the company. Didn't like that. I had a lovely Liberty one, beautiful. In fact, I made my whole team one in the end, but you need that little D-ring on the end of it. And then a little lobster clasp to attach to your purse. Really good for bus passes, anything like that. Things that if you want to keep them in your bag so you don't lose them, you can just clip a lobster clasp to them. There you go, easy to find. And then you can, but you could, if you put a lobster clasp on the end of your keys, you can then clip that too. So if you just have a little loop of fabric inside your handbag with a D-ring on, clip that onto your keys, so much easier to find, or your purse, or your phone holder, or your headphones, all of those sort of things that you struggle to find. In fact, I think my handbag would be better if it had loads of loops all just around the inside, and then I'd actually be able to find things. So keep on checking out for those. £2.48, that's £1 off today. And remember, you get 8. 4 brass and 4 nickel. I will keep reminding you during the morning, in case, but once we've sold out, we've sold out. That's it. Oh, that's okay. Shall we have a look? Oh, no. There's a lot of you who are putting them in your baskets, ready to check out. It's really busy, so we're just waiting for everyone to check out, because if you haven't checked out... Now, the good thing about checking out now is you've done with your P&P. Your $3.95 is paid. Now, it doesn't matter how many times you shop today between now and midnight. It could be 300 times. It's at midnight that it's all added up and calculated, and then they start processing your order. The $3.95 is put on at the very end. So if you spent it now, don't worry that thinking, oh, well, I might want to buy some later. You can keep adding into your basket. You can come back into your basket at 2 o'clock. It's a bit like you do when you do your online grocery order. You know, you do it a week before, and then you just keep adding things to it as the week goes on. You still only get charged that one delivery charge. There is a small queue on the phone lines. If you want to, you can order on the website, sewingstreet.com, or you can order on the, you see the phone line number there? Oh, I got it wrong. I thought I'd call it. See? 0800, look at that. 0800 001 4433. I'd love to know what you're going to use yours for. We did fabric clips and thread huggers the other day, and I asked you to message in with what you do with yours, because I know that lots of you use these things for things I'd never thought of. Let me know what you're going to do with your D-rings. Always fascinating. Oh yeah, we've got some ideas as well. Hannah's made a slide. Oh, this is Hannah's car keys. It will be one day when she's passed her driving test. There you go, you see. Key ring. Absolutely ideal. That's the sort of thing you can have them as well, that you can put around your wrist so you don't lose them. But you can use, if all you need then is, once you've got your D-ring on the end, it's just a very simple key ring to put on it. And then you could actually make that to attach inside your bag. Or if you've got a lobster clasp, you can take them off. But you see them, I have one with my shed keys on, because they always seem to go missing. So I've got them on a long fabric loop, and I have them hanging up. And you could even embroider shed, my house. Maybe not my car. Well, you could put my car, but you're not supposed to ever put your name on it, are you? Or your phone number, in case anyone knows where you live. Or your address. Definitely not your address. Hundreds and hundreds. I think this is going to be one of our, we should have a winner early bird. I think this might be one of our busiest winner early birds ever. But it's because it's fantastic value. You know, to get £1 off. Amazing. And so about 80% of you have bought more than one pack of them. But then it's really worth it, isn't it? Because you've always got them on your stash, and they make really good presents for people. You know, when you, like, particularly, I know it's not Christmas, but anytime when you want to make things like little stocking fillers or little presents, everyone loves a little key ring. You can make one for you can make one for 8 different people. Embroider their names on. If you, yeah, Hannah's like, she's got 8 friends. What do you mean you haven't got 8 friends? But she does need one for her window keys, because they just go missing otherwise. Yes, she couldn't open her windows for 2 years because she lost the keys. You definitely need one. But also, you think of all those little scraps of fabric you have, like your Liberty, the expensive stuff you don't want to use, you don't want to get rid of, but you've got a little strip left. Perfect for a key ring, and all you need is a D-ring on the end of it. Still, keep checking out, please, because we have got a lot of you there. We will remind you, we'll let you know if there's any left at the end of the hour. But do keep checking out on our fab early bird. So, menu, what is coming up today? Well, Now, at 8 o'clock, we know that you love Jason Yenter fabric. It is glorious. We've had lots of different collections in, so over the last few months. So this is the Jason Yenter stock. We are limited on what we have left, so we've put it all together. This is your final chance to get some of the beautiful Jason Yenter fabric. If you haven't heard of him, you haven't seen it before, why? But if you haven't, I will show you all. It comes in different colour collections and different prints. Absolutely beautiful. He is the king of layering of colours, and he seems to create almost three-dimensional print, but on fabrics. Beautiful. So we have got all of the collection. This is your last chance to get hold of the Jason Yenter fabric from us. And we've got lots and lots of different fabrics from the Resplendent and the Calypso collections. They are gorgeous. That's at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we've got Kerry with us, two brand new designs. She's got a cosmetic bag, which is gorgeous because it's made from Michael Miller fabric and cork. And the kits are fab because they have everything that you need in them. They've got the zip, the interfacing, the fabric and the cork, and all the instructions, and you can choose from two different colourways. Isn't that cork gorgeous? It's got like little like paint splattered effect in it. So that's brand new, and we've got the pattern on its own as well. That's at 8 o'clock. She's also designed a brand new cushion that she's going to be showing you how to make. It's really clever, isn't it? It's a bit like your kind of log cabin thing where you overlap one fabric onto another. She's going to be demonstrating that. Again, that is available in two colourways. And we also have the pattern for sale. So that's at 9 o'clock. She's going to be talking us her two new. Now, her kits are always massively popular. I'll show you the website in a minute. So if you want to get ahead and shop before we get there, because we nearly always sell out with Kerry's kits. So if you want to get ahead with that, I'll show you that in a minute. Buy the kit, then you can just sit back and relax and know it's yours and watch the demonstration. 10 o'clock, we have sewing room tools, lots of lovely things. I'm going to show you about freezer paper, because we realise our freezer paper is incredibly competitive. So I'm going to show you about freezer paper because we've got that, and Odecote. Also got some fab fabric, ballerina fabric. Look at this. Now, you might have missed this. I showed this for the first time on one of the birthday shows, I think on Monday. It's gorgeous ballerina. Shall I show you? We've got four different fabrics, and this is coming at 9, so I will show. Shall I show you this? I mean, I know it's the sewing tools out, so we shouldn't have had fabric, but we loved this. Oh, we love this. Hayley's on holiday, so she won't know because we're not supposed to do fabric in the tools out. Look at that. That's the panel. How gorgeous. And I've got 3 fabrics that go with it. You've got this beautiful mini ballerinas. You've got a panel with squares of ballerinas. I mean, I'll be showing you all. I haven't got all the graphics on there. I mean, if you want to get ahead, obviously go onto the website on Watch Live and scroll down from there, you can get it. But I'll be showing you all the prices and everything. But isn't that gorgeous? So if you've got a little ballerina in your life that you know would love a beautiful quilted wall hanging or a lovely little bag for their ballet shoes, it is absolutely good. I mean, there's only 4 fabrics in the collection, but it is beautiful. And it would make, you know, little drawstring bag for the ballet kit, cushion for the bed. Gorgeous, isn't it? So that's going to be coming up at 9 o'clock in the tool hour. Wanted to show you now because it's not strictly a tool, but we couldn't resist it. And obviously, you know, we show things once on air, but if you weren't watching that day, you wouldn't have seen it. So that's at 9 o'clock. Then that's at 10, sorry, confused. That's at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, Kerry will be back with 2 brand new kits, and she has brought back the egg. The limited number. Now, she did these before, and they just, whoosh, they sold out. So we have asked if we can have some more for the egg, especially for your Easter decorations. Shall I put it down flat so you can see it? So we have got a limited number of these kits. Isn't it gorgeous? It's all these folded rectangles of fabric that make triangles, and then it's all pinned in. Now, the kit contains everything you need to make this beautiful egg. There's a lovely photo of it. Now, we are very limited in number of that because we asked Kerry, could she bring it back? So she could only put together the kits that she had the fabric for. So we are limited. So I just wanted to show you now. I don't want you to miss out, because last year when we had them, last show, I thought it was last year, they just whooshed out. So we have got a few back in stock if you missed out last time. But if you want to get ahead, I'll show you in a minute. Oh, I'm talking about back in stock. The Elnett 780 is back. 780, 570. I've got my numbers mixed around. The Elnett 570 sewing machine is back in stock. We have had a lot of you asking about it. It is a gorgeous machine. So the 5 series is the lowest, is the sort of the base range. The 5 series is the base range from the Elnett. Beautiful, beautiful machines. But the 570A is the top one in that base range. So it has extra features to the other 5s, and it's massively popular. I will talk about it later. Kerry's going to use it because she loves this machine. She's going to be using it. But very exciting is that we did a special offer on the birthday, is that we gave a free pattern and a metre of fabric worth £17.50 if you bought it in the birthday week. Now, luckily, somebody has forgotten to take that offer off. So we've kept it. So until anyone finds out, we are going to keep that offer. So the Elnett 578, so it's worth £17.50, you will get a free pattern metre of fabric. So of the Elnett base range that we sell, that is the top one of it. It's got lots of extra features from the 550 and the 560. It is a gorgeous machine. It's not a beginner, it's not a starting machine. It's not a machine that you'll think, oh, I'm going to have to buy another one. It is a beautiful quality machine that will do everything that you need it to do. And it's got a thread cutter, which is very important to me. Now, have a look. I'm going to be talking about it more in detail. Kerry's going to be using it all morning. I'll be talking about it at 12 o'clock in detail more. But just have a look at the price. £649. Now you go and shop around and have a look and see what price it is elsewhere. That is a fantastic price. We're offering it on split pay as well. Split pay means that you can spread the payments. It doesn't cost you anything extra. We don't charge any interest. So if you are looking to buy a new sewing machine and you want something that's a quality machine with a decent motor that isn't going to break down and has all the features that you as a sewer need, like the thread cutter and the bob, all the stuff that you need, and all the feet and the extension table, it is a beautiful machine. So if you want to spread the payments, you can do it on 3 equal payments of £216.33. You will be sent it straight away from Elnett, and then the other payments will be taken out later, or you can pay for it up front. But I just wanted to tell you, because I'm going to be going through it in detail at 12 o'clock, but I just wanted to tell you now so you could have a think about it. If you are thinking about buying a new machine, have a look, shop around, see what price you can see everyone else. Ours is extremely competitive. Have a look at we've got it on the website with all the different features. So have a think about it, because it is back in stock, and I'm not sure that we will be allowed to get that off again, because we sort of stole it a bit, because I think they've got to take it off. They didn't take it off, and they're on, and we've just taken that for you today, and probably tomorrow we won't be allowed to have it. But anyway, it's back in stock. So I will be going through all the details and all the features and showing you in more detail. Kerry will be using it all morning, but I just wanted to give you a bit of time to have a think about it. If you do need a new sewing machine, you're thinking about buying a quality sewing machine, something that's going to last you, have a look around. If you go onto the website, all the features are listed. Go onto the Elnett website, where they give a lot of details, because I know it's not something that you just go, right, I'm just going to buy that. You need time to think about it. And at 12 o'clock, I'll be going through it in more detail. So that's the day. That's the day. Now, got any questions? Love a question. Not just a question, but your photos. Let me know what you're making today, what's on your work table. Love to see that. Tell me what you're going to do with your D-rings. Message studio@sewingstreet.com and I will read out your messages. But we'd love to see what you're making. What are you doing this morning? Now, if you want to shop with us, remember I said it's a really good idea to get ahead, particularly with Kerry's kits, because they always sell out, and the egg in particular, because it went last week. You need to go on to the website. This is the easiest way. There's 2 ways of shopping. On the website, www.sewingstreet.com. Now, see at the top there where it says watch live, you've got search TV guide, watch live. Click on watch live. And you can message us there as well. See that bit? Send message. Hello. You just go hello and then send message. Now, there you can see on the left is today's show deals. Those are the things that I've already talked about. So obviously that's why the D-ring's there, because that's the only thing that I've been through so far. And then on the right hand side is pre-order. Those are the items that are coming up. Once I've talked about them, they move on to the other one. So you can go there. Look, there's all the Jason Yenter fabrics. Or that's everything that we have available in the Jason Yenter range. The Resplendent, massively popular. We've got it by the half metre and we've got it in bundles. There's the Calypso. This is probably the last time that we will see these two collections because they just sell out. Now there's Kerry's kit. So there's the cosmetic bag. We've also got packs of zips from her as well. We've got the Amelia cushion. And we've got Liberty scrap bags. Then this is the next style where we've got all the sewing tools, got some fab things. Oh, we've got the rip stock back in stock. Fantastic. Love that. And Eau coat we've got. And, oh, look, loads of tools. Ooh, got nice. There's the ballerina fabric. So if you want the ballerina fabric, there it is. You need to scroll down to that tab. That is the big panel that I was just showing you. Then we've got, look, there's the Easter egg. If you want the egg, everything you need is in that kit. Now remember, it's only $11.99. Totally sold out last time. So if you want it, it's really lovely project to do. It's quite a nice project you can do with other people as well. You can do it with children if you want to teach them, because it's all about folding and pinning. Then there's the sewing machines. Oh, we've got the embroidery machine. Oh, there's my favourite. I'm after that 720 Pro. I borrowed the instruction booklet last night and I said, can I borrow the machine as well? But they wouldn't let me have that. Well, actually, can I have it? It's gorgeous, my favourite machine. And then all the iron stand as well. So that's everything. Oh, we've got the multicoloured clips as well. And the stuff. Oh, who bought them? Gone. Everyone bought them. That's because they're so fab. So, shall we talk? The bloom, this one. There's only two. So this is the Jason Yenter Blue Mega. You have displayed it beautifully, Hannah. Beautifully. This is the Blue Mega Bundle, which Hannah has displayed beautifully. And I'm now ruining it. Now, we only have two of the Mega Bundle left. And there are more people who have this in basket than we've got. So if you've got it in your basket, click, check out very fast. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely. Oh, I like that one. Now, some of these are available on their own by the half metre as well, which I'll show you in a minute. So we won't be able to make this again. This is the last time we will have the Resplendent Mega Bundle. Only one left. Only one left. When it's gone, we will not be able to get this Mega Bundle back. $66.99 for 4.5 metres. You get 9 half metres of fabric there. And there is some of them, but not all of them we do by the half metre. Right, gone. It's gone. It's gone. So let's talk about, should we do the half metre? Now this is beautiful. This one actually is my favourite one, and this one is available by the half metre. I think, to me, it looks like wisteria. Not brilliant at flowers, but that's what it looks like to me. Isn't that beautiful? So that's £7.49 for half a metre, and there are less than 10 metres left. And we've only had it on air once before. So because we're selling it by the half metre, if you want more than half a metre, say you want 1.5 metres because you're going to make yourself a summer dress, you need to put 3 units in your basket. You will be sent it as a whole cut piece. You won't be sent 3 half metres. You will be sent a whole 1.5 metre piece. So that's your £7.49. That's half a metre. It's your 44-inch, 112 centimetre width, quilting weight cotton. We can't do the Mega Bundle again. That's gone. Whoosh. But we can sell this by the half metre. But if you want more than that, we have a warehouse full of fabric cutters, and they get your order and they cut your fabric to the length that you want it to be. So you just put the number of half metre units you want and you will be sent it. Only 6 meters left of it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's quilting weight cotton, obviously ideal for patchwork and quilting. Really good for homewares, but remember, it's really good for sort of spring summer dressmaking or lining things. You know, it is quilting weight cotton, but look at the detail. Now, I don't know how he does it. I think Jason Yenter layers it, but when you look at it, sometimes it looks almost like it's got a sheen printed on it, but it's the way he designs the fabric with the sort of the shadow and the light and the shade on it that it looks almost 3D, doesn't it? It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? And it's what I quite like about this fabric is if you're going to say you were going to use it for patchwork and cut it up, there's no direction really to it that matters. You know, it will work with all the different, if you cut it into small pieces, you just get those beautiful blues. But then if you want to use it as a feature cushion, very bold, very striking, you'll get 2 cushions out of 1/2 metre. Right. That's that one. I mean, they're obviously, or if you're not sure, if you want some of them higher 1/2 metre, do look on the website because we've got individual photos of them. That's the next one. Is that it? No, they're right. So the next one that I have by the 1/2 metre is this leafy one. Again, less than 10 metres. Now have a look at this one. We're not going to get these again. This is the last time we'll have them. This is just a beautiful array of fallen leaves, but look at the colours on them. You've got this beautiful, really striking black background which makes the leaves really pop. You've got peacock blues and kingfisher greens all over. It's absolutely stunning. Message from Barbara. They look like wood violets from Barbara in Lincolnshire. Yes, they could be. I told you, but Barbara, I'm not brilliant at flowers. I knew a few things. I know hydrangeas, but yeah, wood violets could be. Could be. Thank you for that. Anyone who knows more about flowers, that's not difficult. Let me know. I love these leaves though. They are stunning. And as again, don't they look like they've got some kind of sheen printed onto them? But that's just the way that he paints and he illustrates in layers of colour. That's really gorgeous as well. Goes really well with the other one that we've got by the 1/2 metre. So if you wanted a matching pair, very nice together. That one, £7.49, resplendent leaves in blue, less than 10 metres of that. Remember, if you want more than a 1/2 metre, put that number of units in your basket and you'll be sent it as a whole cut piece. Very stunning, that one, isn't it? Could use it for a plique as well. You could press a little bit of Bonder web to the back, cut around the leaves, and then you could applique them onto other things. So if you think, well, I'm going to buy that, I know what I'm going to do with it, and you've got a little strip left, don't throw it away. Not that you would throw fabric away, but use it, think, well, I can use that for a plique. I mean, like if you look at this leaf here, that's perfect, because some of them, the ones that sit on the top, like this one, would look beautiful. You could cut round a few of them and just appliqued, even onto the back of something. You know when you made a quilt and you put some plain backing fabric, things like this appliqued to the back, just give it that extra interest, or just to the sort of cornerstones of a quilt or the edges of a cushion, or just even like to the inside of a bag. You know, the little things appliqued on, and all you have to do, I would use just a narrow black zigzag and stitch it on. You could add a bit of embroidery to it. If you like embroidery, this would look beautiful embroidered. I mean, even if you thought, right, I'm just going to make a cushion from this, you could take some of the leaves from the other half, applique them on top. If you put like a bit of felt or a wadding behind, it gives it that 3D feel. Or just embroider on them. You don't have to do the whole thing. Just think, well, I'm just going to embroider the veins on the centre of some leaves. It just makes, that means you've got 2 cushion fronts for £7.49. If you then do some embroidery, some chain stitch would look lovely in like a lime green around the edge of them. You've then got like a designer look cushion for 2 designer cushions for £7.49. Fantastic. So that's that one. Let me just give them that a little fold up. Right, now the next one that I have by the 1/2 metre is this one. Jason Yent has this great name, so he always has his main fabrics. So those 2 I've showed you are 2 of the main fabrics in the collection. And then he then designs other fabrics that coordinate with him, and he calls them the go-withs, which is my new favourite phrase. So this is one of his go-withs. I watched his videos and he goes, and in the go-withs. I'm not very good at the American accent. But this is a go-with. And it does go with it, doesn't it? It's because you've got leaves, you've got paisley, that features in the main collection. But when you look at the background of this isn't just one plain blue colour. When I looked at it first, it looks like it's got shadows on it. So this area here, you can see it almost looks like a purple shadow, but it's not. That's the purple mottled background. And then it moves into more of a turquoise here and a much lighter blue. And I think by putting those different levels of lightness of fabric, it looks like there's different light play on it, so it makes it so interesting. Again, this would work really well if you wanted to make something with this one and use this one as a lining or a backing. They work beautifully together because the colour palette's the same and the prints and the patterns are mirrored. So you've got the leaves that are in here are mirrored in here. So that's beautiful, isn't it? So that goes with £7.49. Again, if you want more than half a metre, it will be cut to order. Right, the next one that we have by the half metre is the Paisley. This is lovely, isn't it? Well, I'm thinking dressing gown or the lining of a waistcoat. No, the back of a waistcoat would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Or very lovely pajama bottoms. For a man, actually. Look nice for a man, wouldn't they? There's nice sort of long drawstring pajama bottoms. Perfect if you're going away or if you've got to go in hospital. You'd look the best, you'd look cool, wouldn't you? Actually, they're really easy to make. If you want to get something for somebody who hasn't done much sewing, I bought my niece for Christmas. I decided that she likes sewing. She can use a sewing machine, but she hasn't done much dressmaking. So I bought a pattern for pajama bottoms, and luckily it had long ones and short ones, a metre and a half of fabric, and she's made them. They look fantastic. And once you've got the pattern, they're brilliant, aren't they? They're just really nice for lounging around the house. If somebody came round, they wouldn't mind, would they? If you had on your Paisley pajama bottoms. But nice for just a cotton robe. But if you want more than half a metre, then, we will send it to you as a whole cut piece because obviously you don't want your pajama bottoms patched. But actually, I think it would make quite a nice summer blouse. I know it's dark, but black looks really nice in the summer, doesn't it? And it gives you that kind of all over pattern, but quite, it's got these spots of light where you see all the little flowers. They sort of shine out, don't they? Just because they've got the little light hue. But remember, if you've bought any of the others by the half metre, it does go really nicely with this one, doesn't it? Aren't they lovely? There's only 2 metres left of this one, so if you want this one, whether it wood violets, Barbara said, if you want that one. There's only 2 metres left of that. But you see, if you bought half a metre of this one, half a metre of that one, then you could have this as your cushion back, pop a little zip in. I did a demonstration last week of how to put a zip in the bottom of a cushion in a very easy way. That was last Tuesday. So if you want to know how to put the zip in the back of a cushion, go on to last Tuesday. What was that? The 1st of March, I think. If you go onto YouTube, I did a whole demonstration of how to cut 2 squares of fabric and just put a zip in the bottom, because loads of people say, I want to make a cushion, I don't want to do the envelope back, I just want to put a zip in the seam at the bottom. And I did a demonstration 1st of March on how to do that. Lacy circles. Is that your name for it, Hannah, or is it actually called lacy circles? Oh, I like this one. This one has been super popular on pre-order. Now, what's great about this one, obviously, I think this is another go with. Or maybe it's just standalone. It may be whereas that one probably is a go with. But that's amazing. So look at that. I mean, it looks, doesn't it? You've got this beautiful light turquoisey patch here. And then you move into these shades. It's gorgeous. It looks like, when you look into a swimming pool and the water is rippling. So you get some dark areas and some light areas. What's lovely about this, obviously you can use it as a piece as itself, but if you were doing smaller piecing, maybe FPP or EPP or little bits of applique, you've got lots of different shades of the same colour. So shall I show you what you get in a whole half metre rather than half a metre? Look at all the different shades you get. So if you were doing maybe you were doing some EPP or applique, you wanted like a sea or a water effect and you want lots of different shades. In that 1/2 metre, you are getting loads of very close shades of the same colour. Gorgeous, isn't it? It is very textile arty. I don't know how I think it's all done in layers because you have got these turquoises and blacks and then you've got purpley blues up here. Message. Morning, Rebecca. I bought a couple of these in blue and purple colourways. Can't wait to see them in real life from Collection Merseyside. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. I'm not surprised because they are honestly stunning fabrics. That one goes beautiful with the Paisley. Aren't they beautiful? Well, when you have decided what you're going to do with them, send us a photo. Doesn't it look lovely with the Paisley? Really nice. They are absolutely, I mean, the colours are bold and vibrant and intense. And I think that's important. You know, sometimes you see fabric, which is supposed to be light and pastel, but these are so intense. You feel that you're getting really good value for money. There's a lot of colour in here. Great value for money with all the ink. No, the fabric design, it's just so intense. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Loving that one. So that's your lacy circles. Bloom Blue. Bloom Blue. I reckon it's this one. Oh, yes. Oh, this is very nice. Oh, yeah. Now, don't forget, we do have these fabrics, some of these fabrics in other colourways, in the purple colourway and the brown colourway. So if you love the fabric, don't worry, we'll be going through all of them. But don't worry, if you've already checked out, you can keep checking out. It's a bit like your online grocery order. You can keep adding things all the time. You still will only pay one lot of postage of £3.95. Isn't this one beautiful? Actually, if I was going Pajama Bottoms, this is the one I'd choose. I think that is stunning. Actually, that's a very good idea. I think you only need 1.5 meters. I've got a pattern. They're lovely, aren't they? £7.49 for 1/2 metre, and it is stunning. And it does look beautiful with the other ones. It actually looks really nice with the circly one that we had earlier, doesn't it? So if you wanted a coordinating fabric for that. Very posh bag. Would look nice as one of those messenger bags. If you had a bit of structure and a bit of sort of heavyweight interfacing or some foam, wouldn't that look beautiful as a messenger bag? And you could have your straps in this. Oh, nice, nice makeup bag. You know, those DOP bags that they've got the box corners in all 4 corners would look lovely in that, wouldn't it? Or a lining. That's what I often use in things. If you were going to make something, I like making bags in denim, particularly like toiletry bags. Then this as a lining would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Gorgeous. We had oh yes, we had some Fiona Hesford patterns last week. The Portobello bag would look very nice in that. Have a look on the website. Denim would look beautiful with that. Nice if you wanted to make a pocket as well. This is what's quite useful about these fabrics. If you love the fabric, but you think, oh, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with it. Once you've got it, you soon will. And keep a little piece for an EPP hexie as well. Always nice to put into your stash. This one. No, that one. This is called Twigs in turquoise. Now, I think of all of them that's got the variance of colour and colour changes and depths, I think that's the main one, isn't it? It does look very seaside. It does look like looking through a rock pool in one of those beautiful clear Mediterranean seas. So you've got this darker, shadowy area here. But look at the differences in colour in just one piece. You've got the darker area here. This colour, honestly, is what you can see on screen. It is extremely vibrant. You can tell, can't you? Absolutely stunning. And it's shades of turquoise and cobalt, and you've even got like deep navy blues in there as well. Right, limited, going to sell out. If you want that one, please do quickly, very quickly check out. I think that's this one. I like this little Paisley one. That's beautiful, isn't it? Lovely with the mottled background, but it's the same as this one. So if you're thinking what to pair them up, see, it's the same as that one that I showed you earlier. Remember, if you want to see, if you can't remember which ones I've been through, just go onto the website, click on Watch Live and scroll down. You will see a little image of all of these if you want to remind yourself. Yeah, so this black one, you can see that it's just a solid black background with the paisley, whereas this one, it's not solid. You've got that mottled look. So any of the fabrics in the collection, any of the ones that I've already shown you, they all, obviously, they're the same collection, they're the same colour range, they all go beautifully together. So all of these that I've already shown you, how lovely. There's all of them. But that's the one that's on the screen at the moment. And one more, which Hannah has saved because it's her favourite. It's called It's Elegance. That's why it's Hannah's favourite, because she's so elegant. It's like hearts, isn't it? You can see the hearts. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the intricate details. That's actually asking to be embroidered, that, isn't it? You could just work, I would work chain stitch around the edges of here and then a little bit of back stitch. But you could cut one of these hearts out and applique it onto something. It's just lovely. To me, that's lining. I love making things that have a stunning lining. And I know it's then hidden away, but when you open it up, you go, oh, wow, that's amazing. Or, yeah, nice A-line summer skirt. Or nice little summer dress, get a plain black fabric for the bodice section and put this as the skirt section. I'm not sure you'd ever see anyone else with that. You would be completely unique. Oh, I'd love to do that, because you actually don't, if you do it that way, I've done it quite often with summer dresses, is that you only then need to pay for the designer fabric section for the skirt, and then you can just use a plain cotton fabric for the bodice. That's beautiful, isn't it? Or just a lovely full-length summer skirt, black t-shirt. I love that. Look at the vibrancy of the turquoise in it. But remember, so all of the fabrics that I've shown you that are available by the half metre, they obviously are all from the same collection. The mega bundle is sold out, but if you want them by the half a metre and you're not sure, have a look on the website. We do have pictures of all of them, but you can see now, I'll bring that one in, how beautifully the whole collection goes together. £7.49 for half a metre. Remember, we are very low on some of them. And if you want more than a half a metre, it will be sent you as a whole cut piece. But some of them we only have like 2 metres left of. So if you want them and you're thinking about, you want more than a half metre, then do be quick with your checking out before somebody else pinches them. Oh, just, there we go. That's the blue. Should we do brown? Now, the mega bundle for the brown is about to sell out. So this is the mega bundle, $66.99. You've got 9, all of them. Let me move purple out of the way a bit. 9 half metres of fabric. That is about to sell out. No, it is sold out. This one. So let's start. So these are the ones we've got available by half a metre. This is called Lush. Oh, wow. Right. This is whizzing out on pre-order. There's only 3 metres left of it. Look at that. It's so autumnal, isn't it? You've got reds, ochres, greens, yellows, all on this black background. Little sprigs of white that really make the colour pop. You've even got bits of blue. It's like the very end of summer before it becomes autumn and you have masses of shades all together. That's beautiful, isn't it? Again, lovely as a whole piece. But if you're wanting fabric where you've got lots of different colours in one fabric, so you want to use them for other things, this is ideal. That's about to be gone. About to be gone. Leaves. This is beautiful, isn't it? You've got so many colours in here. So I showed you the leaves in the blue, but you get more colours in the brown colourway. Beautiful for, you can just use it as it is, but if you like embellishing fabric, if you like putting embroidery, beads, couching, gold work. If you want to take some of the leaves out, applique them onto other things, put some fabric behind them, even felt works really well, gives it a 3D look. But if you wanted, if you're thinking like maybe you've made a quilt in one of these colours and you want to put a nice sort of heavy 4-inch border, 4 or 5-inch border all the way around the edge, this would be ideal because there's so much interest on there. But it's lovely, and I love it when you have movement in fabric because it gives it almost a 3-dimensional quality. It's not just sort of flat, and I know we often think, oh, we'll put a plain border on, but isn't that beautiful? And if you're wanting some ideas for colours as well, because that's one of the hardest things that I find is choosing colours that go together. Just look at this. Have a look at the fabric. Once you get this, have a look at the fabrics in your stash. Think, right, I've got that blue. It's like a bluey grey. I've got that orange. They all go together, don't they? Yeah, door curtain. Be nice if you, yeah, because it's so warm. It's so warm, isn't it? Nice for curtain lining. If you had, imagine over a door, nice big. I want to make a patchwork curtain for my door. I think that would look fantastic. And actually, you can just use quilting fabric, join it all together, make a nice patch. It could be just simple squares. Quilt it as if it were a quilt and make it into a curtain. And absolutely the most fantastic thing for a curtain. Yeah, so Hannah says this reminds her of really expensive Persian rugs. Well, I think it's because it's got those colours in it. It isn't just your ochres and yellows and browns. I love the hints of blue in it as well. Beautiful fabric. So that's your leaves in brown. Right. Should we do a little print? Right. Just the little one. Which one of you we're going to have? That is this one. This one. So again, you've got those colours. You've got the yellows and the ochre, so you can see how it picks up the colours in this one. It's lovely, isn't it? I don't know why it's called brown, because you think of brown, but it isn't. It's not brown. It's ochres and mustards and conkers. And you've got loads of different shades. Again, you've got that mottled effect. So you've got the brighter mustard here and the deeper conker colours of the Paisleys all over it. But again, a beautiful complementary fabric. Not free, matching. That'd be confusing, wouldn't it? Complementary. No, complementary. That's lovely, that one. So that's your Paisley tonal. I know it's called brown, but it isn't brown. It's ochre and conker. I'm going to rename these fabrics. Right. Shall we... oh, have we got this one? The one... Have we got that one that's ORUQ71? Good. Look at this one. So this was Hannah's favourite one in blue, and isn't it beautiful in this one? Well, you've got the black background, but the colours in this one are orange, olive, ochre, and with a hint of blue. All those little highlights, all the sort of lacy highlights, they're in like a grey blue. It's lovely. It would make a really nice bolster cushion, wouldn't it? I think this would go with a lot. Those autumn colour fabrics are gorgeous. But no embroidery, that's just gilding the lily from Jan in Lancashire. Jan, you can never over gild the lily. We know that. I would. For me, more is always more. I'm not very good at that, less is more. You know that, Jan. Always gild the lily. Just think of the embroidery on this. But do you know what you can do, though? Rather, if you want to embroider it, to not add any more colour, but you could add more texture to it. So if you chain stitch this in the same colour, it would just give it an even more three-dimensional feel. More is always more. Sometimes I have to go, walk away from the fabric. Leave it alone. That's gorgeous. Such beautiful autumn colours. This one. So if you want something a little bit lighter because you want a fabric that coordinates with it, look, that's lovely. And again, you've got the shades. So in this area here, you've got olive leaves, you've got deep conker leaves here, you've got orange ones over here, but look how nicely that goes. Look at that as a contrast. And actually a very nice contrast to that one as well. Very lovely. And then we'll put that one on. Patchwork door curtain sorted. Wouldn't that look lovely all together? Lovely, actually. Very nice as a patchwork quilt for your bed. Dog friendly. Because you know what it's like? Brand new duvet cover on, white. Dog jumps on it. For those people who let their dogs upstairs. I don't. She just does it. Very dog friendly. Which is always useful, isn't it? Which one's next? Oh, yes. Like that one. Sorry. I'm getting told off, sorry. Don't fold the fabric. Can't help it. You can't just chuck fabric. No folding fabric. That one's beautiful, isn't it? I think that one is really good with this one. I know they're really similar, but I like that when you put two fabrics together, same colours, similar scale of pattern, they just flow from one to the other. And then when you put another contrast fabric between them, it works really well, doesn't it? So you look like you've got the same because you've got the same colourways, but you get that subtle patchwork effect, like those two together. Actually, that's my favourite one with there. Isn't that nice if you had that one as like a border fabric? How nice does that look together? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? I'm thinking like, I can feel like this is the inside of my bag. So that's your sort of facing, and then this is the lining, or that's the top border, and that's the out of the bag. That's lovely. Right, which one next, Hannah? I'm going to fold it while she's not looking. This one, another Paisley, but with a really dark background. There's lots of Paisleys in this one. This is, yeah, this looks like your kind of traditional, you know, your wood block prints. When they do carved blocks and they print on it, that's beautiful, isn't it? But it does have a very leafy feel to it as well. It's a very organic shape. I like that. Very smart, but it looks, see, because you've got the Paisley in this light one, they pick up really well together. But then when you put that one with it, it really pulls out the orange section, doesn't it? Like that one. Next. The circles in shades of, again, conker and orange, and a very light olive, sort of a mustardy olive. But you've got these areas of dark and light. I don't know how he does that, actually. No idea. It's very clever. This is why Jason Yenter fabric is so popular with you, because it's completely different to other fabrics that we have. I think you get a lot of value for your money because you get a lot of colours in one piece of fabric. So if you want to use it for smaller pieces, but it saves you having to think about whether you've got to cut and piece. It sort of does all the work for you. So that's the Resplendent Collection lace brown. And have we got this final brown one? Then the final one that we have in brown is this one. Really, this one's very contrast in shade. You've got lots of different colours going on here. You've really got the orange and the olive, and this section, very deep burgundy. But it would look lovely if you if you were doing a plique, if you cut out leaf shapes from this. So rather than some of the others where you would cut out the individual shape, if you've got to just print off a leaf shape off the internet, cut it out in here, that would look beautiful. You could then have loads and loads of leaves all over something. I think sometimes it's nice. You often think of when you're doing a plique of using plain fabrics, but actually this is much more realistic. So nice one to have in your stash for doing things like that if you're an applique fan. So that's it for the brown one. We've got purple. Well, it's purples and turquoises. So this is the purple and turquoise mega bundle. Right, there is $66.99 for 4.5 meters, so 9 different half meters. More people have this in their basket than we have in stock, so you need to check out. Now, this has been massively popular, so we have very little of it left by the half meter. So we've got this one. Yeah, this one we have available by the half meter, but only 3 meters left of that one. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got, again, the black background with highlights of purple and magenta. Beautiful. I mean, you've got that light and shadow, about to sell out. Purple twigs. There we go. How lovely is that one? Again, you've got those areas of light and shadow with purples and pale pinks as the highlight. Twigs in purple. Absolutely beautiful. Purple's always really popular, isn't it? So pretty. It just feels pretty, doesn't it? But a little bit regal. Loads of you putting that one in your basket. We knew that you'd love that one. A light blue, this one. Again, well, you've seen these before in the blues and the browns, but it's lovely in this turquoise. I mean, it looks beautiful with the purple fabrics, doesn't it? Beautiful colour contrast, but in the same kind of tonal range, so it works well together. But again, you've got paisley and leaves, but it works well with all of the blues as well. This is kind of one of the fabrics that goes between the two collections. So that's Resplendent Delicate Turquoise. Circles. This one. Oh yeah. Now less than 10 meters of this one available. This is this beautiful, you've seen this in the other colorways as well. It's the circle lace design. When you look at it actually from afar, you can see the definite circles, but when you then get closer up, you can see all the swirls. Again, you've got a lovely mottled background, mixtures of, this is very peacock kingfisher. So that's what, you know, when you get them and you see, when you've ordered them, you will see how vibrant the colours are. But it is the colours of a kingfisher. Next. So this is the last one that we have available by the half metre from this range. The other ones in the mega bundle have all gone now. So we've seen this one we have seen in the other two collections, but again, it is beautiful, vibrant blues. It is a kingfisher breast. There we go. Right, we also have the Calypso collection. We only have a little bit left of it. Haven't got loads of them, but I haven't got time to go through them all. But these are all of them, and we will show these in the break so you can see all the different colours and prints. Again, they are all on the website. So if you want to have a look at them, they are all $7.99 for half a metre. If you want to have a look at them on the website, you can see, you know, bigger pictures of them. But so this is all of our Jason Yenta that we have left. Just let me show you this one. Look at that one. Don't forget that one. The right way up even. And then I'll show you the ballerinas. Look at this one. That one is one of the ones we have some left of. Absolutely gorgeous. That's the only sort of panel type one. It's not a panel, but it's stripes. And the others are all beautiful sea prints. I love that one. Look at that one. That is gorgeous. About to sell out. Love that one. Don't forget about the ballerina fabrics. All of the ballerina fabrics are on pre-order. I'll be going through them in more detail at 10. Do you want me to get it? Let me just give it a quick flash. I'm back. Quick flash of the ballerina. Don't forget, I'm going to be talking about these at 10 o'clock, but I don't want you to miss out because obviously everyone watches all the time, all day. So don't forget, there's two blender fabrics, beautiful ballerina panel, that is gorgeous. I'm thinking centre of a quilt or very simple wall hanging, just needs a board around it and quilting. And then look at this one. This one, these will be on at 10 o'clock in more detail, but they are available to pre-order. Look at that one. All of those beautiful squares of ballerinas. Anyway, that's the Jason Yender fabric over. We are going to go and have a very quick break, and then Kerry will be with us with her 2 brand new projects, with the gorgeous Michael Miller & Cork makeup cosmetic bag and her lovely heart cushion. I will see you back here in just a couple of minutes' time.
Sewing Street have our very own app. You can now watch and shop from anywhere. Simply download the app from your app store onto your smartphone or tablet, then log in or create an account, and you're done. You can watch us live from anywhere, browse all our recently played items and pre-orders so you never miss out on any show deals, and message the studio to say hello at any time. And remember, you can check out as many times as you want and only pay 1 P&P all day.
Hello, I'm Kerry from Living in Loveliness, and I'm delighted to be part of the Sewing Street team. I'm based in Wolverhampton, and I absolutely love working with fabulous fabrics. In particular, I love working with fat quarters and showing you how to get the most from your scraps. I love bringing communities of sewists together and encouraging people to sew for greater causes. Most recently, we have been sewing for our NHS and key workers. I look forward to bringing you hints, tips and techniques. I'll see you soon.
Missed the live show? Don't worry, we recorded it for you. Never miss out on your favourite presenters, guests and makes ever again. Head on over to our YouTube pages to watch back the day's live show and enjoy your favourite demos over and over again. We also have lots of great content exclusive to our YouTube pages, such as product demonstrations, troubleshooting videos, and so much more. Subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a show or video ever again.
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 AM to 1 PM every day on Freeview 73 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in to our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 PM every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 till 1 PM. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on. So, you never have to spend a minute without us.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay 1 postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Welcome back to Sewing Street. We've got Kerry with us. I'm just opening all the kits. They let me open them today. So we've got 2 kits from Kerry today, plus the Easter egg she's going to be showing us later. So I just want to go through those before we let Kerry get on with her demo. Look at the egg. Look at the egg. This is on pre-order. We had it on air last week. Totally sold out. So Kerry has bought us a few back. It is on pre-order. So if you click on sewingstreet.com and scroll down from there, it is available on pre-order. So do get yours before they sell out. We'll be talking to Kerry about it at 11 if there's any left. But I didn't want you to miss out on the gorgeous egg. Isn't that lovely? The centrepiece of your Easter decorations. So only $11.99 as well. Gorgeous. No, thank you. That sounds a bit odd, doesn't it?
Gorgeous. No, thank you.
Do you want anything? No, I'm fine, thank you. She was just asking me if I wanted a cup of tea, but Kerry's already made me a really lovely cup of tea, so I don't need one. Right, cushion. We have it available. Morning, Elliot. He's still here. It's his last week. We're so sad. How can he leave us?
I just thought Elliot said he was going to be here. I was really sad when he wasn't this morning.
He's in now. He's in now. He's almost in tears. Right, brand new kit today for this gorgeous cushion. Look, there we are. Now, we've got it available in 2 colourways, and I'm going to open it. Now, in the kit, you've got everything you need. This colourway is the one that we have the sample of, the purple one. So in the kit, you get full instructions. Oh, look, let me show you. I've got this one up here. This is for this colourway. Brilliant. Mother's Day gift is absolutely perfect. You've still got time. 27th of March is Mother's Day. Beautiful. Lovely for yourself. Perfect. Put on a little chair on your bed. Or maybe you know someone who just needs a little bit of love, a little bit of hug, a little thank you. Absolutely perfect. Good luck even. Heart says everything, doesn't it? We could make one for Elliot, couldn't we? I think he'd like one of these. A little bit of love for him to take with us. I know, it's so sad, isn't it? It's so sad. So, full instructions and templates. $16.99. And let me just show you what you get in it. So, you getting the instructions and the template and, quite excitingly, QR code that you can scan for full tutorial. Yeah? So, not only that, right, we've got all the fabric, look, wrapped in tissue paper, all the fabric pre-cut. I know, $16.99. So you've got the white fabric that you need for the backing, you've got the wadding, you've got Liberty, did I say that twice? Liberty fabric for the heart, you've got the fabric for the binding, you've even got the piping cord. All you need is you.
And a sewing machine.
And maybe a sewing machine would be helpful. Reel of thread, you, and that's it, isn't it? What a fantastic price. So you've got the instructions, the templates, you can scan that to watch the full tutorial, piping cord, fabric for the binding, Liberty fabric. What would you pay if you had to buy all of this? I mean, normally you pay $9.99 for instructions and a template, and you're paying $16.99 for wadding. Back, you've got the front and the back of the cushion, all pre-cut, and super, super thick piping cord, and beautiful 80/20 cotton wadding. I know what that is. It's my favourite wadding, so I know that's 80/20. I could be on like mastermind specialist subject wadding.
That was it. That'd probably be the only one I could answer, actually.
What is the composition? 80/20 cotton wadding. I know what that is. And
I
the
could
fabric
answer the middle of the piping cord if I got
yes,
the feeling.
and what millimetre is this piping
Anything
cord?
else is way above me.
Yeah, but we'd be brilliant at that. We'll go on together.
We'll go together.
And that, all of that, makes this beautiful finished cushion. And obviously, because you've got the pattern, you can make hundreds of them. Once you've practiced and made it perfectly with this beautiful fabric in this kit, you can make it again and again and again. Nice memory cushion, actually. You know, if you wanted, you could make it from shirts and clothes. Perfect.
I actually love a memory cushion.
Nice memory
that's a lovely
cushion.
idea, actually. Yeah.
From a shirt.
Yeah.
Or black.
Or ties as well.
Ties, because it's in strips, nice from ties as well. And obviously, all the instructions are in your kit. That's amazing, isn't it? Because half of the stock's gone. It is available in another colourway, though. just in case you need to know. Same price though, same price, but another colourway, wrapped in nice tissue paper. So same thing, full instructions, templates, that's all there.
We're in Eastery colours with the tissue paper this month.
It
we
is very,
always do blue, but we
yeah, this is very
change.
it is very Easter egg colour, isn't it? All pastely and lovely.
I'm ready for the sunshine now.
Is this the one that you will be demoing?
This is the one
with?
I'm demoing with
Oh,
today,
okay.
yeah.
Right. Now let's have a look at this one. So again, you've got your piping cord. You've got, oh, I like that one. Lovely mottled gold colour. Actually, the kit itself, if you want to give a gift to somebody who likes sewing, the kit is nice in itself. So obviously you've got the backing fabric, the white, it's a white print as well. That's the backing fabric is a plain white, but this has actually got a print on it. It's white on white, like little leaves.
A tiny little leaf on this.
It's hard to see on camera, but that's a lovely white on white print. It's not just plain. And this is what the heart is made from. Did I say Liberty? Liberty. Then you've got this lovely mottled golden yellow and more Liberty. £16.99. So this is what Kerry's going to be demonstrating it, so you'll be able to see it. Good morning, Kerry and Rebecca. Looking forward to the demo from Julie in Derbyshire. Yes, so am I. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at that colourway. So you've got to have to choose, or if you can't choose, you'll have to get both. So you either go for the purple one or this beautiful floral. I mean, there's a value for that. You've got the binding strip. You've got the piping cord, the piping strip and the piping cord and the front and the back and the wadding and the instructions and the templates and the QR code so you can watch the demonstration. All there. It's amazing, the whole lot. What a lovely kit. In fact, that's the sort of thing that a group of you could get together, buy yourselves one each and then make it on a lovely rainy Sunday afternoon.
We're having sunshine on Sundays.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll sow in the garden.
Sow in the garden, but what a lovely thing to get together with people to do.
I don't know whether we're
right,
having
we've
sunshine.
also
I've requested it.
I think we have actually. I think you might be right.
Sunshine this week?
We have got the pattern on its own as well. So I know there's a lot of you, not many of you, who have a small fabric stash. Just a few of you who have a very small fabric stash.
Just a little one. Just a little one.
£9.99 is the pattern on its own. Now, which is great value because you've got the pattern, you've got the templates, you've got the tutorial. But not only that, it does show you what amazing value the kit is. So the kit, so when you think of all the fabric, Liberty, the piping cord, the wadding, the backing fabric is costing you £6.99. Because I think actually £9.99 for that, for the pattern is really good value because you've got a lot in there. But for the kit, it's £16.99. Amazing, amazing. I'll show you the purple kit one more time. So £16.99. You get the pattern as well, but you get all of the fabric and the wadding and the piping cord and the strip and the Liberty. Did I say that? The Liberty.
Maybe once.
Just once.
Maybe once.
Fabric. I love Kerry's kits. Great value, cute patterns and quick to make. I've just finished the egg and I love how it turned out.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, thank
how
you for
lovely.
Collector in Merseyside. It is gorgeous. If you want the egg, £11.99. Now, stock warning, there are more people with this purple cushion kit in their baskets than we have in stock. So if it's in your basket, you need to check out. Otherwise, it's not yours until you've checked out, but you only have to pay the P&P once in the day. So there's no reason to not check out. So before we go to the demo, I want to go through the other kits, the other two kits. So we've got them all ready for you to buy. I am opening 05. So this is the one. Oh, that's amazing. This is the one. Now there's loads in this one. It's £16.99. Let me get the. So this is the colourway. Is this this one?
This is right, yeah.
Oh, I got the right. Yes.
Yeah.
That is this colourway here. Right. Let me show you what you get in the kit. Obviously, you get full instructions and templates. The pattern for the price for this is £9.99 on its own. So for £6.99, you are getting the zip, very important, the zip, that's the actual matching zip that you need. Then in here, you've got the orange fabric, Is that for the lining?
That's for the lining, yeah. Decided it needed a bit of bright.
It does.
I always tend to go for white, but I
Isn't
thought
that
actually
lovely?
for the kids,
Orange fabric for the lining. Then we've got interfacing. Give it a bit of structure. Gorgeous cork fabric. Let me lay that down. I love it. It's like paint splattered. But you think you could feel them, but it's beautiful.
It's really nice, isn't it? I always think it looks like pencil sharpening.
Oh, you know, it does actually, yeah.
like...
Pencil sharpenings. It's lovely, isn't it? So you get the cork fabric. That's used for the pockets on the front and the back and goes around the base. Look, that's all of this section that goes all the way around there. That's the cork fabric. Oh, dropped it. Then you get the orange fabric Liberty.
Michael Miller.
Oh, no, sorry, Michael Miller. Oh, did I say Michael Miller? Michael Miller fabric for the back of the cosmetic bag, and then beautiful Michael Miller for the front of it. And obviously, so that's this colourway here. So all of that for £16.99, including the pattern, but the pattern on its own is £9.99. So you've got Michael Miller for the front and the back, you've got cork, you've got interfacing, you've got orange lining, you've got the yellow zip, you've got the instructions and the templates, you've got the QR code that you can scan to watch back the tutorial, all for only, it is like a masterclass, for just £16.99. Wow. That is a fantastic price. I can't believe it's so inexpensive. Well, I'd say cheap. I can't believe it's so inexpensive.
So you just say it once.
No, I'm not allowed to say that. It's so inexpensive. It's amazing value. Right, there is another colourway. Just to tempt you even further and confuse you. Wrapped in beautiful yellow tissue paper. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, now I do like this one. It's got a different cork in it, this one. So you've got a white zip for this one. You have got, it's all wrapped up beauty. So this actually is a nice gift for somebody because it all comes wrapped in that tissue paper. And it comes in the card envelope. So you can just give it to somebody. Even if you want to take it out of the envelope, it all comes wrapped in tissue paper. In a little gift bag,
that would be nice, wouldn't it?
In a little gift bag that you've made yourself. Be perfect, wouldn't it? So this is for the front. Michael Miller fabric. That's in the way. You've got this Michael Miller fabric for the front. It's so pretty, isn't it? Then you've got the back of the bag, which is in this lovely deep pink, matching. Look at the cork. This is silver. Look at the silver speckles. It's like crackle glaze. They look lovely together.
They're nice.
Let me show you what that one looks like with that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is just lovely. This is such a lovely gift for somebody to have this as a whole kit, because it's all there, isn't it? Honestly, all you need is a reel of thread, interfacing, and you know what it's like to find the right weight and type of interfacing in the right size. It's all in there. Honestly, all you need is a reel of thread, and then you've got a beautiful soft pale pink lining, instructions with the templates that you can use again and again and again. Instructions are really good, full walkthrough tutorial, and the QR code that you can scan to watch a few tutorial. Fantastic value, absolutely amazing. I've got to keep the right kit in the right place. I'll get really confused. And then we have the pattern on its own. If you do have your own small stash, £9.99. And I know you do it because obviously the way that it's made, you know, it has been designed with cork. You don't have to use cork. If you want to make it again, you could use other things for it. Beautiful though, isn't it? I mean, I think £9.99 for the instructions is fantastic value, but those kits, all of that stuff, all of those bits from £6.99. I think it's amazing. I think the kit's amazing value. Right, so that's everything. Well, let me put the white zip back. Morning, Kerry.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Morning, and thank you for my lovely cup of tea.
I'm delighted you've said it's a nice cup of tea.
It is a really nice cup
I'm not known
of tea.
for making very good cups of tea.
Well, maybe we just like the same strength tea.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Okay, so we've got the...
Oh, one moment, stock update. The purple cushion has sold out.
We're loving purple.
This one has sold out in that colourway, but we still do have it in the floral colourway. And that's the demo.
That's the one that
Kerry's going to be working on. Sorry, right.
That's
stock
okay,
update
that's
over.
no problem. So everything is in the kit, like you say. If we don't get a chance to finish all of the steps, then you've got that full tutorial there. And then what I've done here, now as we're growing the patterns, we're taking your feedback and just breaking these down a little bit more. What I'd recommend doing is cutting all of your pieces out and then just clipping using your little clips. We had a great chat about these clips this morning.
Oh, fantastic.
How useful they are.
You can
just keeping those all together.
Perfect for the kitchen.
Perfect. I never thought to use them in the kitchen. I'm going to use them in the kitchen now, which means I need to stock up.
Cereal, really good for keeping your cereal
Very
packet
good.
closed. Coffee.
Hiding things, hiding a chocolate bar maybe.
All that sort of thing.
So what you've got in here inside your kit, easiest thing to do now, you have got your templates in the kit to cut it exactly to size, but from one of the kits all I've done is just cut that batting in half, and the first half we're going to use to create that heart on the front of the cushion there, simply by folding the batting in half and just giving that a little score there so you can see that centre point. And then have a little play with the fabrics. Now, certainly if you've just gone for the fabric option, you could even, if you wanted to, I'm just going to move that actually, you could even make each one of these strips different colour from maybe some of the scraps you've got left over in your stash.
Or when you make it again.
Or when you make it again, absolutely. And what I'm doing here is I'm just overlapping, so that little point there I'm actually putting on that centre fold of the fabric that I can see just inside there. And then alternating between the colours, so you've got 3 strips of each colour. First of all, I am just going to check that it fits on and that I'm happy with the placement.
Lovely way to use up your scraps as well, isn't it?
Oh, I love anything that you know, that we get in the most. I just think sometimes we've got so many fabrics and tiniest pieces left over. So I quite like designing projects that use up your scraps really, or get the most
really
from
nice,
your fat quarters.
But it's good if you get the kit, you can then have a practice with all, you know, you can do it all with that, and then you can use your own scraps to make more of them.
Absolutely. So just placing this out onto the batting as shown, and all I've done here, so starting with that first one, I did skip ahead, sorry. So let me just start with that first one again. So just placing this on top and then aligning the second piece. So this will actually be your C piece, just so this is in line with that first strip. And again, on the opposite side, let's just do that again, because I skipped ahead, didn't I, there? And this bit's quite important, actually. So aligning the next one with the bottom, then taking your next piece there, and each time just making sure that raw edge marries up, as you can see that I've done here, and alternating between your 3 fabrics. But as I mentioned, if you're using scraps, you could use lots of different colours if you wanted to. Now, once you're happy with that placement, what I'm going to do is just take these back off, put them back in their order, like this. Just pattern on top of each other. And now we're folding that second piece over, so we're lining that up and we're going to quilt as we go here. So just popping the pins through.
A third of this one has now sold out. Not sold out, has sold. A third of the stock of this colourway is sold. The purple one has sold out. A third of the stock has been actually checked out on this one. So if you want this floral colourway, you need to get it in your basket and check out. Or miss out. And then that would be a shame.
So I'm just using a 1/4 inch seam there. And once I've sewn that into position, if you've got a little roll and hem, these are really useful for projects like this. Just
we had
these.
those yesterday. I was telling them how fab they are. So they are available.
Fabulous.
We'll put them onto the website for you now. Rather than pressing,
you can finger press or you can use your roll and hem, but these are just so much easier and you do get a better finish without a doubt.
There's the Clover roll and press, $15.99, that's on your screen now.
So the third piece, we're now placing this on top. You can pop it back in position and just check that you're happy. Folding this over, again making sure all those raw edges marry up, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch. Now if you find it easier, you can pin these into position, but they are only little strips actually, so you'll work through these quite quickly. And again, just using that 1/4 inch, sew into that raw edge and trimming away the extra threads. Folding this one back again and just giving that a little press, tucking that out of the way. Let's just get those in the order. And each time, just placing this back as we did first of all to begin with, folding it over so it's pattern facing, and then sew in a 1/4 inch until you've sewn all 9 strips.
Well, while you sew this, we have got some of these amazing fabric clips in stock, but these are the big ones. These are the jumbo ones. Now, we don't often have these. I've got 2 of them here, but you get 20 in your pack. So if you need to clip bigger pieces, or you've got larger cereal packets that you want to hold together, these are fantastic. They're particularly good for working with things like the cork, because you can, they're bigger, larger opening than the smaller ones, so you can really clip onto them. 20 in the pack, £12.99, and they are great because they open further than the smaller ones. Really good for using thicker fabrics or clipping together more fabrics or layers of whatever, but £12.99. So if you've got the small ones, you'll know how great they are. It's really good. I have small ones and large ones, depending what I'm clipping, because for more layers, I mean, the fabric clips are brilliant for fewer layers, but when you've got more layers, when you're doing a lot of fabrics, particularly when you're doing bindings on thicker quilts, these big ones are brilliant. Anyway, you get 20 in the pack, £12.99. They are fantastic. So if you've got the small ones, you'll know how brilliant they are, but these big ones are great for those thicker projects that you can't get the smaller ones round. Now, the last time we had these in stock was before Christmas, and they're back. So if you want a pack of 20 of them, £12.99. Get them before we sell out. So we've just brought them back specially for you today, because they always sell out ever so fast. And you get different colours, which is fab, isn't it? So you can colour code all your stitching.
When I'm taking photos of the pattern, I try and make the effort to colour code them all.
Yeah.
Just for the photos, because it doesn't sit well with
I
me,
do when I take photos, and then I realised the other day I'd taken some photos, and not only did I have different colours, I had different brands as well. I got some that I'd got free off the front of a magazine. It looked rubbish, but I had to take the photo then.
But and then when I'm doing it myself, I just rush through them, and then you start questioning yourself: do they need to match?
Well, sometimes
my mum is
will
insistent that they have to match.
No, if I want to clip something to mark a point, then I'll use the red one, and I'll mark a specific point. If I need to remember something,
yeah,
then I will. But other than that, I just use them randomly. But it's quite useful that they are different colours. If I need to mark sometimes I do. You know when you sew something and then you turn it right around and you think, oh, I missed that bit.
Yeah.
I might clip in a certain colour so I remember that. That's about it then.
We all have our little quirks.
Yes. So you're just sewing all of these pieces on?
So I'm just sewing those pieces together now to make the front of that cushion. Now you do have your piping cord in the kit.
Yes, comes with piping cord because obviously it has everything.
It is a little over, and so is the strip as well, but we thought it's quite nice sometimes to just have that piece cut down for you, isn't it?
Well, I know, I think it's great that it's all pre-cut.
So the next thing that we're going to do is just using the heart template. Fold this in half to find your centre. Now I used pinking shears in mine. I will just check that these are nice and sharp. I've got 2 pairs here to choose from your lovely organised drawer.
My pinking shears.
Your lovely organised drawer.
My scissors drawer. Everyone said, I can't find the scissors. I put them all in one drawer.
They're all in the
hard
place, aren't
can that
they?
Be?
So placing the heart on top, what we actually want to do is to make sure that V part, or the top part of the heart, is just sitting and resting nicely at the top. Okay. And that the point is coming down to the point at the bottom. And you'll just have enough fabric on here to do that as well. And then we're going to pin through the layers of the fabric. And you can see here you've got lots of batting left over to make your little projects as well. Now you can use your straight scissors on here if you want to, but I think it's quite nice actually having the pinking shears and having that texture, and it will prevent the fraying as well on the front of that lovely cushion. Great as well if you're doing what you recommended with the memory fabrics. Yeah, nice idea as well. So just following the contours of your heart there.
So you just don't cut through the paper, but just outside?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So.
And what if you don't have pinking shears?
You can use your normal scissors if you want to. Okay,
but that just gives a nice edge.
It just gives it a lovely edge, yeah. And I can take this off now and just cut that little.
Do we have pinking shears on the website, Hannah? She's not listening to me.
She's enjoying that lovely coffee.
Yeah, no. I think she's just she's chatting up Elliot.
She's having a chat.
I'll ask her in a minute.
So we've cut
out the pinking shears on the website. We may have
We may have.
We're going to just check for you. If you haven't got pinking shears, have a look on the Sewing Street website under scissors and you will find them there.
So the next thing that we're going to do is to just use the other section of the batting. Again, you've got the templates if it's just the pattern you're going for. And then place that lovely white on white.
Oh, you can see it better now.
You can see it.
Yeah,
It's
not
lovely,
a
isn't
plain
it?
white.
It's a tiny, tiny little leaf. I do like white on white. Given the choice,
You
I'd
can
always
see it
choose
when
a
you've
nice
actually
pattern.
got it, but it gives you just a bit more interest.
Yes,
in it, doesn't it? It's
absolutely.
lovely. I like that.
So we're going to find the centre of that cushion simply by just folding and just finger pressing there in the centre and again on the opposite side because we want this to sit centrally for the next part that we're going to do. And then taking the heart, we're going to do the same. So we're going to fold that in half, just finger press that heart, find the centre again of the heart, and just place that on top of that little cross that you've just made on the front here. And just pin this through the layers. Now, I always, every time we've done a show, I've talked about all the lovely stitches on your machine and how you can get, you know, how you can use those. And this really is a lovely project, actually, to make the most of those beautiful stitches that are on the front of your...
It does, isn't it? You are really showcasing all those stitches because you could use a different stitch in each row as well, couldn't you?
Absolutely. And you can bring the different colours in. Now, on the purple one, I just used the same thread. I used a purple to really make it stand proud. But it's entirely up to yourself. Do you want to use something that's really vibrant? You could skip it altogether if you wanted to. So if you
if you don't want to do the stitches, you don't have to. But if you want to just add some extra decoration to it, it's quite nice, isn't it?
But it's a nice way to use those. So to secure this to the layers, now all I'm doing is just sewing around the edge of the heart. Use about 1/8 of an inch from the raw edge there.
Just a straight stitch?
Just a straight stitch. I've actually increased the stitch length now to the longest stitch on the machine.
What number have you got? Number 3?
Number 5 on here.
Oh, okay.
So
a
I've
really long
increased it.
stitch then.
Yeah.
Just add some decoration. So that's the 560. Which one are you using?
578.
The 578. Oh dear, I got my numbers right this morning. That's the under 578. I'm going to be talking to you later about 12 o'clock. But that's the one that Kerry's using today. That is the top one in the Elnett basic range that we've got. Gorgeous machine. Got lots of stitches as well, hasn't it?
Fabulous machine to work with. It's lovely that it's got all the speed control. I think is the
is that your favourite bit?
One.
It's quite interesting actually. If you ask everyone what's the best bit,
the scissors is definitely my best bit.
Yes,
yeah.
the thread cutter.
But I do like the speed control on here. You know, if you've, especially if you're, I tend to do everything really fast, but there are some projects that require you just slowing down, especially in a little while we're going to do zip installation. So if you're not particularly confident with popping your zips in, then you can slow it down so you can really control the machine as well.
Because it's not always as easy to do that with your foot, is it? So if you can slow the speed down on it, and that's great with it.
That's true.
But it's the thread cut. I love the thread cutter.
I do like the thread cutter. Like anything that makes life easier. I very often forget it's on there, so when I do remember to use it, it's great. Now, to get the to mark your cushion up for the front, you can use you can just go by. You can use your walking foot. Sorry, making words up today. We're both having one of those days.
I know.
Making words up today. Not your walking stick, your walking foot. I would recommend on here. Although I could do with a walking stick some days. Okay, so to mark this up, you can use several different things. I personally like working with a friction pen to draw onto the front to give myself a guideline. And in that case, all we're going to do is to line the 1-inch line up. And again, this is talked through in the tutorial and in your patterns. And I'm simply just lining that up so it's now on the raw edge of the fabric, and that's going to give me a guide. So when we folded this a little earlier, in fact mine's gone, I will just do that one more time just to find the centre, because I find this helps me with marking up a project. I've got the two
now for this
crease
colourway,
lines.
this floral kit, there are more in baskets than we have available. So if you want this kit, can you please check out quickly? Otherwise you will be disappointed. Because there are, if everyone in the basket checks out, then we've sold out of it. But don't worry, the cosmetic bag is coming next.
We've got that up next. So all I'm doing here is to just mark these up into that centre fold, and I'll do the same on the opposite side as well. And that's really to give me a guideline of where I'm going to sew those beautiful stitches. And then of course, once you've popped your stitches on there as well, I'm not pressing too hard, it's just to give me a guide of where to work with. You could use we're going to use that in the next tutorial, but a nice little tool to work with if you don't like popping the pen onto your fabrics. You can use your little hera marker there. So from the top, what we're going to do is the same here at the top into the centre.
Oh, I like that though. It gives it a real sort of sense of movement, doesn't it?
Yeah. I just talk so much about using your stitches, and I never get any further than the
And you know, when you buy a new machine, you think, oh, look at all those lovely stitches. So it's really important to actually use them.
Yeah.
But if you just have a practice first, if you've got stitches on your machine that you haven't used, have a practice on some spare fabric.
Well, if you have a little look at the batting as well, if you want to try the texture on there to feel like you've got some little scrap pieces on the end of here that you can be playing with as well. So to then add these, we're simply going to line these up on the sewing machine in the centre of the foot. Again, you can use your walking foot or your standard foot on your sewing machine, whichever you prefer to work with. But you've got your guidelines, let me turn that round, sorry, here, showing you exactly where those lovely quilting lines are. And of course, if you're not happy with them, if you want to doodle them, if you want to do something else, you can do. Just pop the iron over it and change them if you want to.
Perfect.
You can add more or less. It's entirely up to yourself. Are we looking at the cosmetic bag next? So
yes,
shall I leave
yeah,
that
I think
there?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the instructions for putting in the piping cord, making up the cushion,